Today on The Lineup, we ask a philosophical question. Do you like to punch people? Hope so, because we got a first look at EA Sports' upcoming Fight Night Round 4 and a chat with former champs Lennox Lewis and Sugar Ray Leonard. We also take a look back at the video game career of Mike Tyson and feature an X's and O's segment that will make you a whole lot better at 2K Sports' Don King Presents Prize Fighter. If that's not enough, we go straight old school with our look at the upcoming Tecmo Bowl kickoff for the DS and induct our first game into the Lineup Hall of Fame. But really, this show is about punching. I mean, look at these two jackballs. Don't you want to just punch them? Now get out there, rookie, or I'll violate the restraining order. Again, it's the Lineup.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to The Lineup. This is, of course, episode 4 of our sports gaming video show. I'm your host, Brian Eckberg, joined by the regular crew of Shankar Srinivasan and Aaron Thomas. Aaron, dude, we are filming The Lineup.
And occupied.
Put that
Aaron
magazine
Thomas.
down.
Dude, don't put magazines here if you don't want me to read them.
I'm sorry. So we've got a full show for you today here on The Lineup. We've got a little bit of football, some boxing, and then follow that up with some football and end it off with some boxing. But before we get to all of that, we want to get to the next edition of our X's and O's segment featuring our very own Shankar Srinivasan. Shankar, what's up with this one?
Today we're going to be looking at Prize Fighter on our second X's and O's segment. We had a chance to talk with Matthew Seymour, the executive producer of Prize Fighter. He broke down some strategies for us. You can definitely see it's taking a little bit of a different approach on the sim boxing title, but let's go to that right now. I know I learned a lot from it. I'm sure you will too. Welcome to X's and O's. We are going to be talking sweet science with Matthew Seymour, who is the executive producer of Prize Fighter. Matthew, thanks for joining us today.
Great to be here.
Now, we're going to be talking about 3 specific things in Prize Fighter. We're going to be talking about keeping distance, the importance of keeping distance in boxing, creating angles, and the clinch. And now you're going to break down all this stuff for us, so let's get right into it. Okay, so first thing, keeping distance. This plays a huge part in real boxing. Tell me how it works in Prize Fighter.
Well, absolutely. One of the key mechanics in keeping distance is to be able to get away from your opponent. And with that, we have this dash mechanic. You double click on the left thumbstick and you're able to back away from your opponent, and then once you've got some distance, then throw that big straight, and it's a step-in straight. Now, these step-in punches also close the distance very quickly, and what I like to do is throw a big right cross and then go for a straight, which is the Y button, and then a couple jabs using the X button.
Matthew, that's great. Now, I'll tell you about the kind of fighter I am. I'm a tactician in the ring. I like to create angles, move side to side. How does that work in this game? All right?
So we have step around punches and step around to the body or to the head on the left side and on the right side. So the actual technique to do it on the controller is you'd go up on the left thumbstick, A and right bumper, and that'll get you around with a left cross. If you want to go to left body, you just do the right trigger in combination with those, and kind of do the exact opposite for the right cross to the face or the right cross to the body.
All right, Matthew, I've been doing my showboating. I'm in trouble. How do I get it? How do I recover? Okay, I've been knocked down in the mat a couple times, and you're just all over me. I can't keep you off. What can I do to get back into this fight?
So one of the big things is the clinch in boxing. And you know, it's not the sexiest thing in the world, but man, it can get you out of trouble. And ours is very much tied into reality. But you never want to do the clinch while this guy's throwing combos down or big straights on you. So you want to throw some combos down, work his body a little bit where he feels he has to get in a defensive position, and then go for the clinch, which is clicking down on both thumbsticks. Now, what's interesting about this clinch is the longer you hold on and button on the A, you'll recover stamina and health.
Awesome, thanks, Matthew, teaching us the right way to fight. And well, now you pretty much taught me all your tricks. That's your entire bag of tricks. Last fight, you beat me by 1 second. 1 second. That's very hard for a man of my intelligence to handle. I think you owe me a rematch. So I think we need to go right to it. This has been an X and No segment. Let's go though.
I'm down. Let's
Game
do it.
time. Game time.
So that's our latest X's and O's segment with Prize Fighter. Now, guys, I know both of you have played this game, but Aaron, you reviewed it. Tell Tell us about the game, what you thought of the game. I think you were saying there's peaks and valleys with this game.
It depends which day you catch me on. I like how they've got a historical look back at a boxer's career, and I like there's a lot of options in their career. The actual boxing, I'm not really impressed with. I think the controls are way too complicated. You got the triggers, you got all these modifiers, and I think the controls aren't responsive. So you combine those two, and you just mash buttons and hope for the best. And it's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with that. I think part of the problem with the controls is they wanted to make it where it didn't have a Street Fighter 2 kind of feel to it, where you didn't have to like use the right analog stick to perfectly do an uppercut. Right. Well, you know what I mean. It's all, of course, button pushing. So different buttons will immediately correspond to a punch. So the pace is a little bit faster, but it does make it so it's a little bit complicated to remember.
Yeah, I mean, how is holding a trigger and then two buttons at the same time better than doing this on a stick?
I'll agree with you, but I think you have to remember it's also the first year this has come out, so I think it's going to take a couple of iterations before they polish out some of these aspects of the game.
Well, let me ask you this, guys. Obviously, the Fight Night series had done everything on the right stick. Do you think that this was a pure reaction from 2K saying we want to differentiate it so much from the Fight Night series that they went too far in the other direction, or could they have benefited from maybe a little bit more right analog stick use?
I think they could have. I think they tried to differentiate themselves too much. There's definite times like with the replays that you're like, oh, it's just like Fight Night. But I think they're like, well, we can't be too much like Fight Night. Even like the training things with the heavy bag. I mean, obviously you train on a heavy bag in real boxing, but those are real similar. I think Shanker mentioned he thought it was more of like a sim take, and I think my sixth fight, I knocked the dude down 9 times. He knocked me down 3, so that's 12 knockdowns in 7 rounds. That's not really very sim-like.
Yeah, I'll agree. There are some arcadey elements to it, but I do like the fact that there's actually an element of spacing. It plays such an important role in actual boxing, and you really didn't get that impression from Fight Night. It just felt like you were always stuck right next to the other guy, and you were either in range or not in range. Here, there's actually, okay, I'm going to control distance. I'm going to move in, move out. So I like that approach that they're trying to bring in other elements, but it probably is going to take a little while before it polishes out.
So there's your look at 2K Sports boxing game, but it's not the only boxing game we're going to feature on this episode of the lineup because EA just announced Fight Night Round 4. Shanker and I were up in Vancouver earlier this year to take a look at the game, and even though they didn't show the actual game, they talked a lot about it. We're going to take a look at a tape segment right now, an on-deck segment of Fight Night Round 4 with some very special guests right now. Greetings from Vancouver, everyone. We're here at EA Canada for EA Sports season opener, checking out all the big sports games on tap for the year 2008. We're here inside the huge, massive mocap studio. Right behind me, you have a boxing ring because EA Sports just announced Fight Night Round 4. We're going to be checking out that game, talking to some boxers, talking to producers about all the games EA Sports has lined up, and we're going to have a lot of fun, so check it out.
Yeah! All right.
To use it specifically for this character or to use multiple characters. We will have all of the world's great fighters, including Iron Mike Tyson, in the game itself.
What did you guys want to improve on from an already well-received Fight Night Round 3?
Well, we built a brand new game engine, and I really think it's going to change the boxing category. In Fight Night 3, it was very scripted, and when I was punching you, I'd hit you in the exact same spot every single time. So, with our new physics engine, it's going to allow for glancing punches. I'm going to, maybe just hit the butt of your chin. I'm going to graze you on the top of the head, or maybe I'm really going to just, smack you, as well as blocks. So, sometimes you're going to block me, sometimes punches are going to get through. So it's just going to really bring that ebb and flow and organic feel to the fight.
So Ray, can you explain your involvement with Fight Night Round 4?
I've been a part of the EA Sports family for many, many years, and just to come out here to acknowledge and to introduce Fight Night Round 4 has been a real pleasure. And having a chance to stand in the ring with Lennox Lewis and Winky Wright, it's big fun. It's truly big fun.
Now, when it comes to Fight Night, when you play as Lennox Lewis, what do you want to do to make sure you're using Lennox correctly?
You really want to use that jab a lot, and Lennox is a big jab guy, and everything starts off with the jab and ends off with the jab. And the fact that I've got an arsenal filled with punches I can throw at any given moment, it's all in the game. So take your pick.
Fight Night 4, EA Sports, Xbox 360, and PS3, and it's coming out in 2009.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. So there's our look at EA's upcoming Fight Night Round 4. Guys, we got to talk to Lennox Lewis and friggin' Sugar Ray. How was that?
It was amazing. And especially Lennox, I just love how that guy is so comfortable with the media. I mean, it doesn't even seem like he's on or he's doing, he's putting on a persona at all. That's just him all the time.
Fight Night Round 4. We don't know a lot about this game, of course, but I know that we all have a wish list. They talked a little bit about they're going to be focusing on inside fighting game, that kind of thing. What are you guys looking for from Fight Night 4?
I'm looking for more depth.
Yeah.
I really liked most everything about the first one, and I want to keep playing it, but it's like you beat those like 15 fights, and then it's like you're done. You can go back like as a lightweight or whatever, but it's the same progression. I want more to it, and I think they'll deliver, hopefully.
Yeah, Shankar, how about you?
Actually, I really like the inside fighting. One thing, I kind of mentioned this when we were talking about Prize Fighter, they have one distance in Fight Night, and it's really restrictive because if you're not that type of boxer, like we have of course had Mike Tyson and stuff like that in the past, where they're inside boxers, and there is an element to that. If you can restrict distance, you can stop somebody's jab. So I like the fact that they are kind of getting into inside boxing because it does play a big role.
Yeah. For me, if it's Fight Night Round 4, it's got to. I want them to like up the drama level. I want to be able to do like the interviews on on camera, off camera, and the where the guys are getting each other's face when they're doing the weigh-in and that kind of thing. Just up the drama, up the pageantry of boxing and make it more fun. Yeah, I think that'd be a lot.
They've tried to do that in other sports. A lot of times it just comes off as so hokey and cheesy. If they do it right, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, like in-ring entrances, you should be able to design your own in-ring.
Oh,
entrance.
definitely. It's a must.
Put your own songs.
Put your own songs. Do your own moves. Good.
That's not bad.
But anyway, so we don't know a lot about Fight Night Round 4, but one thing we do know is an important addition to the roster, and of course I'm talking about Iron Mike Tyson. He's going to be in Fight Night Round 4, and in celebration, we want to help EA with deciding which version of Tyson needs to be in the game, because of course Tyson has had a long career. So what we did is we created the Mike Tysons we wanted to see in Fight Night Round 4 using the last game in the series, Fight Night Round 3. First up, Aaron Thomas, you're a big fan of the original Mike Tyson, the young Mike Tyson. Let's take a look at him now, and you tell us why he should be in this game.
All right, well, before there was convicted rapist Mike Tyson and crazy Mike Tyson, there was Kid Dynamite, the baddest man on the planet, the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. People feared him. Everyone loved his fights. They didn't last very long, dropping $50 to watch 45 seconds of boxing, but he never disappointed. It was always a show. You can see in the picture here, he's got that little fade. Despite the fade, people were scared of him. This is the Tyson I like. This is the Tyson I miss.
Yeah, despite looking like a member of Kid and Play, he was a bad man in the ring. All right, so we have the young Mike, and Shankar, I think you're a bigger fan of like the later era Mike Tyson. Let's see what you've got as we look at what? Crazy Mike?
Yeah, and I really like the image, by the way.
Look at this. Look at this. What is that in his mouth?
Looks like an ear.
Is that Evander's ear?
Now, let me say this. From a purely skill standpoint, obviously the earlier one was better, but I like this one because I think the new Mike, the tattoo and everything, it's a visual representation of how crazy he always was. You remember the press conferences, threatening to eat Lennox Lewis's children, all this stuff.
Didn't he say he was going to eat his heart too?
Yeah, probably. Doesn't surprise me. But all I'm saying is that I would like to see this guy have that storybook ending, and we can create that storybook ending. The rape. Yeah, he went through the trials and tribulations, but finally he came out the winner that we always want.
Wouldn't it be the woman who he raped went through the trials and tribulations?
No, Robin Givens was abusing him at home.
Abusing him.
He had so many things on his mind, and he's got big fights. It's a very, very hard profession. Everybody tells you that. You hear that all the time, and I would like to see this guy, have a nice ending.
What a surprise! Crazy Shankar likes Crazy Tyson.
It makes no sense at all.
Yeah, I just think it could have worked out a lot better. It could have been a storybook story for this guy, and it's just a shame we didn't get to see it.
Yeah, well. There's still one
now
more.
We can.
Yeah,
now we can.
There's still one more Tyson to talk about, because as bad as young Mike Tyson was, and as crazy Mike has been, of course, there's one Mike Tyson version that beat them all, and of course, it's this one right here. I'm talking about Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This was the dude. He was even badder than the original Mike Tyson, the real guy who was fighting when he was 19 years old. This is the guy that knocked you out not in one punch, he knocked you out in a half a punch.
Not only were boxers scared of the real Mike, like everyone was scared of the video game Mike. Yeah. You knew coming in there he's going to give you that little wink, and then it was over.
And he had incredible defense. You couldn't touch him. But the thing is, he telegraphed his punches because he blinked.
He did. But I have to disagree. I don't think this is even a realistic Tyson, because after you beat him, he says, oh yeah, hey, nice fight. I've never seen button pushing that fast. That's not something Mike Tyson would ever say. He doesn't compliment people. It's like, dude, he was headbutting me. I had to do it. You know what I mean?
Almost no one can beat him. Almost no one's ever seen that screen.
Yeah, I know, but I think that's what ruined it for me, is that afterwards, he's not complimenting people. He's not, oh, hey, good fight, man. Hey, you know, how's the wife? You know, how are the kids?
Yeah, he would, and then he'd run and eat him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
All I know, Aaron Thomas, is that if the NES Mike Tyson is in Fight Night Round 4, no one will beat that game.
Well, almost no one will beat that game. I remember it like it was almost yesterday. It was about 5:30 in the morning. I've been fighting Tyson for about 7 hours, and I finally knocked him out. It was one of the greatest video game achievements of my life. And every year since then, to make sure I've still got what it takes to be, a good gamer, I guess, I fought him, and every year I've beaten him. And the year I don't beat him is the year I hang it up. And I invited everyone else around here to give it a shot, see how they stack up to Mike, and then I took on Kid Dynamite myself. Let's check it out.
Oh, what's up, Mike Tyson?
Looking like a mean guy.
Bring it, Mike. Can't bite off my ear, homie.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Dodge. Oh.
There you go. Oh.
That wasn't good at all.
Oh my God!
Oh. And I got uppercut in the face. Wow, that was quick.
Oh, 11 seconds.
I think I mashed buttons now.
Hate you, Mike Tyson.
All right. Hold on. I was a little off here this time.
Mike Tyson's turning it up a notch. Knocked me out with a jab.
Oh, goodness.
Knocked out again.
Oh!
And I'm tired and dying. Technical knockout. It's over.
F you, Mike. F you.
You don't want to. God damn it.
What the f was I doing wrong?
Let's do this.
One. All right. Go down. Last round. Let's do this. Let's go. Go down.
So as you saw in that last segment, Mike Tyson is really hard to beat in Punch-Out, Aaron.
Not a lot of success there. I think we saw anywhere from 7 seconds to Ryan McDonald, who lasted into the second round, even knocked him down.
Knocked him down. That's impressive.
You knuckleheads didn't do so hot.
Okay, but he was definitely bringing up the rear. I think I deserve some.
I did my best.
I know you did, but I think you landed like one punch, two punches.
I'll have you know, I landed in the first game. I landed 2 punches.
I think he was like
but they were solid shots.
You only hit like 7.
Yeah, I know, but I lasted the whole round. I know.
You lasted almost the whole round. There's a big difference.
Okay, 7 seconds left. But if this is old Tyson that we're fighting, I know he hasn't gone the distance on any of these fights. He usually knocks people out in 1 round, 2 rounds. I know if I can get him in the later rounds.
You got knocked out. What are you talking about? Let's talk about your
hey,
second
the strategy was right though.
Like 27 seconds.
Your strategy was just to wait it out?
Well, I staggered him. I know I staggered him in the first round. I hurt him, and You have to set a tempo. You send a message in the first round, but I know he's a knockout
You
artist.
sent a message, lay it on your back. You're a chump. That's your message.
You made Mike Tyson fight your fight.
I got up twice, and finally, it's not because that I got knocked out. The dude called a TKO, and he said, "Dude, you can't continue." I never lost heart. That's the thing about me. You know what I mean?
You have a heck of an imagination.
Yeah.
The important thing, though, was I made it through.
You beat him.
I lived to fight another day.
And you beat him on the first try, right?
Yeah. I got a little roughed up near the end there, but I hung in there and put him on the canvas. And so it's one more year of video games for me.
Yeah. So maybe next year on the lineup we'll do this all over again. I plan on I plan on taking the Shanker strategy, and
Finally.
So you sent the message this year.
Sent the message. I'll be back next year, Mike.
See?
Sure you will.
All right, so we move on from boxing to football. Of course, there's the one iconic football game we're talking about. Not talking about Madden, we're talking about Tecmo Bowl, old school football. Tecmo recently announced a new Tecmo Bowl game, and I'm talking about Tecmo Bowl Kickoff for the Nintendo DS and a Wii version coming out in 2009. We've got an on-deck preview of the game right now. Hello everyone, we're here at a Tecmo event in San Francisco talking about the inception, the kickoff of Tecmo Bowl Kickoff with the producer of the game, Ryan Gilbo. Ryan, tell me about the game, how it came about and your involvement with it.
We want to really maintain the integrity of the original game, bring back all the fans to this game, bring it to a new platform. We want to make this really simple to play and just open it up to the mass market.
So Tecmo Bowl Kickoff is coming when?
It's coming September 2008.
All right, so we'll be looking forward to Tecmo Bowl Kickoff coming out later this year. 32 teams, fully editable, old school football. We're looking forward to it. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you much.
So that's Tecmo Bowl Kickoff coming from the Nintendo DS this year and the Nintendo Wii some point in 2009. Guys, we've seen they brought it back. Shanker, let's start with you. What do you think of what you saw?
Looks pretty similar to how it was before, right?
Yeah.
I think it has some nostalgia purposes for people that used to play the game, but personally, I'm a Madden fan, so
that's what I want out of it. I want nostalgia. If it's not broken, don't fix it. It's simple. It's fun. First one was a great game.
Yeah. So of course Tecmo Bowl is a fantastic game, which is why it's our inaugural inductee into the Lineups Hall of Fame. Check out our special Tecmo Bowl Hall of Fame segment right now.
There may have only been 4 plays, and it may have only used 2 buttons, but Tecmo Bowl introduced millions of adolescent boys to the wonderful world of video game football. Ask almost any male that grew up with a Nintendo Entertainment System about Tecmo Bowl, and you're guaranteed to get a smile and a story in return. How did such a simple game end up becoming so popular? It was fun. Picking your opponent's play and then crushing it with an all-out blitz, launching a deep ball with a wide-open receiver downfield and then hearing the announcer yell, barreling through the tacklers at the line and then zigzagging down the field. It was, and still is, a blast. There was even a halftime show. One of the things that made Tecmo Bowl great back in the day, that still makes it great today, is its roster of real players. It's like a time capsule where you can still throw a bomb with Montana, terrorize offensive lines with the original LT, and bust through the line one more time with Walter Payton. The game also lets you play as the greatest player in the history of sports video games, Bo Jackson. The man was a deadly combination of speed and power. Bo knows Tecmo Bowl. Although it was eventually surpassed by its follow-up, Tecmo Super Bowl, which added a season mode, more plays, and licensed teams, Tecmo Bowl is the game that started it all, which is why it is the inaugural inductee into the Lineups Hall of Fame.
So that's our inaugural inductee into the Lineup Hall of Fame, Tecmo Bowl. Now to close out the show, we have another contest between Shanker and Aaron, and we're going to have a Tecmo Bowl contest. But because in the office we've proved that Aaron is such a better player at Tecmo Bowl than Shanker, we've decided to even the odds a little bit. And as you can see, the guys are blindfolded. So we're going to have a blindfolded Tecmo Bowl contest between the two of them. Aaron, you are the San Francisco 49ers.
That's what they tell me.
And allegedly, as far as you know, Shanker, you're the New York Giants.
Dude, there's no Bills in this game.
I know, that's too bad, but you got to go with what you got. So, yeah, blindfolded Tecmo Bowl contest begins right now. Hit A, boys. All right, Shanker, whenever
Take
you're
it
ready.
away.
There you go. Not a good kick. All right, Aaron's got the ball.
Was it an onside kick?
Basically, it was an onside kick. Sims, oh no, oh no. You tossed it back and got tackled on your own 1 yard line.
Yeah.
2nd and 16.
Okay,
You are deep in your own territory.
I smell safety.
If he calls the play, you will be sacked into safety. No. Oh, safety!
Yeah!
Safety! You went immediately back 5 yards and ran out of bounds.
What?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I am going that way, right?
Yes, you're going to my left. First quarter's over. It's 2-0, Aaron.
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers.
Oh my God, how did I not get that
Oh,
snap?
touchdown!
Woo!
Touchdown, San Francisco 49ers. Oh, another pick.
Yeah.
Pick. Ronnie Lott again.
Oh, he's
Oh, and Ronnie Lott might be going to the house. Oh, he breaks a tackle. He breaks another tackle. Touchdown.
Yeah!
Oh, my
I am
God.
amazing.
Time for the third quarter.
All right, I'm kicking.
Yes.
Hit me.
Aaron is
Hit me.
kicking.
Hey, I'm going that way?
No, you didn't switch side. You're still going left.
See?
Ronnie Lott's at the 10, the 5, the 1, touchdown. San Francisco 49ers.
That's how I roll.
Because I'm listening
And
to
then-
you.
I'm amazing
you're running
myself.
the football. Then I stopped running. Now
So the blindfolded guy is blaming me. All right, Sims has got all day in the backfield. I would throw it. And he's tackled.
What? He didn't
End
throw
of the third, no. End of the third quarter. The score in our blindfolded Tecmo Bowl contest is 21-0 San Francisco
Okay, let me say
49ers.
one
All right, I'll tell you what. Shaker, take off the blindfold.
Oh, raising his game.
Take him off.
Okay.
All right, we'll allow it. We'll allow it. The judge will allow it
Feeling
because this
pity.
is pathetic. No
problem.
No problem. You got to run. Oh, the guy was wide open.
Dude.
He was wide open. There was nobody near him. Mike Wilson, touchdown.
What else can I do
just
for
want to
you?
get the ball back. Otherwise, they're going to run the clock out on me.
Shaker's got a good run going. This might be actual points. Actual unblindfolded points, but points nonetheless. He may not make it. McConkey scores! Touchdown!
See, that's how I roll.
Yeah, you're the
That's how
man.
you roll.
That's how I roll.
By being able to see. That's how you roll. Shanker, you need to get out of this hole.
No, I wanted him to get some separation.
Oh, I see what it was. I see.
Go, go, go.
Makes sense. Separation. Separation for you in terms of score or what? Oh, no! Safety! How is that possible? Game over. 29-7. So as the winner of our first ever blindfolded Tecmo Bowl contest, your reward, Aaron, is, of course, to punch Michael Vick. But because we did the game blindfolded, you have to do your reward blindfolded. So put the blinders on. Warmer, 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 warmer. There it is! Oh, yes! Well done. So anyway, thanks for joining us on this episode of The Lineup. Before we let you go, we're going to go to our extra point segment with Oakland A's pitcher Houston Street, and we will see you next time on episode 5 of The Lineup. Give me your all-time favorite athlete and tell me why.
All time, probably Michael Jordan, just because he was everything that you wanted from a guy on the court. He was a leader, he was an intimidator, he was always positive, he outworked everybody, and even when he was the greatest one in the game, he was still outworking people. And I think just someone for his level of dominance and also to still stay as hungry as he was, that's someone, you can always get better, you can always accomplish more, and you're never satisfied.
What's the toughest part of your sport?
The routine and the consistency. It's 162 games in 180 days, and there's no letdown. And you got to maintain that edge and stay sharp. And there's a lot of distractions, a lot of ways to lose your focus. And I think that's the daily struggle of one choice at a time.
If you weren't playing baseball, what would you be doing?
Goodness, I've been asked that question before, and that's the one that stumps me. I'd probably go back to school, get my degree, go to law school. I really enjoy I enjoy arguing. I enjoy the debate.
I know you're a big gamer, so this is a great question for you. What's your all-time favorite video game?
All-time favorite video game? I'm gonna go with The Legend of Zelda, the original Zelda. That was a game that had me hooked, and I mean, I could go play it right now. Listen to the different music when you go into the different levels, and beating Ganon on level 9. I mean, I still play that game. So
cool. Final question. Tell us one thing nobody knows about you.
One thing nobody knows about me. God, I'm pretty open person, I guess. I share everything. I mean, as in nobody, like not even my wife?
Yeah, sure. We don't want to get you in trouble, Houston, but
not Truth or television show. I don't know. Probably. My wife does always make fun of me because I cry too much in movies, which is an embarrassing thing to admit. But I guess that's all I can come up with on the spot.
Last movie you cried at?
Braveheart.
All right, I cried at Big Fish.
Big Fish, that was a great movie.
I cried like a baby.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I cried too, so we cried together.
All right, man. Well, I think you're in the finals. Go cheer your teammates on, man. We wish you luck.
Thank you so much.
This is retarded.
How do you do it any faster than that then?
If this wasn't my controller, I'd throw it.